Hey guys, welcome to the Behind the Ears podcast where we deep dive on what's happening in the saddle behind the ears. I'm your host, Lily.
And I'm your co-host, Timmy!
And that's Timmy. Today we are going to talk about Lis Hartel, who she is, what she did, and why she is such an amazing person.
Hey Lily!
Hey, what?
Can you tell us about Lis Hartel's family life?
Of course I can. She was born in Hellerup, Denmark. She grew up in an equestrian family. Isn't that so cool?
Wow, that's so cool!
Isn't it? Her parents' names were Else Holst and Esner Peter Holst. Both of her parents rode. At age 20, Lis married Pal Finn Hartel, making her Lis Hartel. A year after marrying him, they had their first child. They had a second in 1945. Lis passed away, unfortunately, on February 12, 2009 in Copenhagen, Denmark.
Wow, you sure know a lot about her. Since you know so much, can you tell me what her professional life was like?
I think you already know the answer to that one. Of course I can. She was a very successful dressage rider, a big winner, a 7-time Danish dressage champion. However, unfortunately, she was struck by polio in 1944 while pregnant with her second child, paralyzing her below the knees. The doctor said she should never return to riding again. But us equestrians don't really listen to doctors. So she returned to riding after a lot of rehab, and glad she did, because she competed in the 1952 Olympics in individual dressage event and won a silver medal, becoming the first woman to ever medal in an equestrian event. She then won another silver in 1956. Once she retired from competition and became a leading advocate for therapeutic riding and helped establish the Lis Hartel Foundation in the Netherlands that still offers therapeutic riding to this day. Isn't it so cool to know that equestrian really isn't a female-dominated sport?
Yes, it really is. And it's so cool. Talk about an awesome career. What about accomplishments? Do you have any cool ones to share with us?
Of course I do. We already talked about the coolest one in my opinion, which is the 7-time Danish champion and the Olympic medals. But there's a few more. As we said, she was a 7-time Danish champion in dressage and the whole Olympic medal situation. But did you know she won the unofficial world championships in dressage in 1954 and that she was inducted into 2 Hall of Fames, Denmark's Hall of Fame and the International Women's Hall of Fame, being the first ever Scandinavian to be inducted into their Hall of Fame. And of course, her Therapeutic Riding Foundation.
Wow, I can't believe how much she has done. She really is awesome.
Right?
Okay, that's really cool. But how did any of this further women's rights?
Well, Lis Hartel furthered women's rights by becoming the first woman to win a medal in the Olympics for equestrian events, individual dressage to be specific. She has broken barriers, overcome adversity, is a role model to many generations, founded a therapeutic riding center, and has been inducted into 2 Hall of Fames.
Wow, that is so inspiring. Any fun facts or cool things we ought to know as well?
She was known for her invisible aids when riding, and her horse's name was Jubilee.
Aw, how cute. That kind of sounds like Timmy, 'cause it ends the same way. Also, us horses love it when our riders have invisible and soft aids.
Yes, we try really hard to give our horses what they want and need. And I'm always going to try to be more like Lis Hartel every single day and every time I get in that saddle. Well, guys, I hate to cut this short, but me and Timmy have to go to bed. So I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode on Lis Hartel, and we'll see you next week on the Behind the Ears podcast. Keep riding, people. Bye.